Hello everyone. Today a quick unboxing of an edition that arrived from Limited Run Games. It's the Switch edition of Ys Origin. Now Ys Origin came out I think in 2017. That's certainly when I purchased my first copies of it. Yes, you heard that right, copies in the plural. I'm a big fan of the game and I like to have it on several platforms and digitally as well, so that I can just jump in whenever I feel the craving for that trademark Ys fast and fluid combat, which is just so much fun. When the box arrived, I thought, that looks familiar. I'll just get the cellophane off. So that's the box front cover. And here is the back of the box. Now, as I mentioned just now, I said it looks familiar. And the reason is, you may laugh. You have my permission to laugh. Yes, it looks practically identical, doesn't it? This is the PS4 edition, which I purchased 4 years ago, and because I tend to keep the game installed, the digital version, on my PlayStation platforms, I kind of forget about the physical version. That is the only excuse I have for why I have what looks like an identical version but for two different platforms. Now for collector that's of course perfectly okay, because you want to cover all possible platforms sometimes with really favourite games. And I did want the Switch edition, obviously, so I can play it handheld on the Switch. I can also, of course, play it handheld on the Vita. There are several versions available for the Vita. I happen to have the Asia English version. Now, the only difference between the two boxes is that the Switch version has the H rating on the front, and it has all the legal and copyright details, etc. on the back. Now, the interesting thing about both boxes is you may have noticed that there is a bit of text on the back of the box, and I'm going to read you the text because it is absolutely identical. I've inspected the font, the words, everything. It is absolutely identical. And this is a bit of a puzzle to me, why nobody thought to have a look at this. So, about 700 years ago, Ys, the prosperous kingdom governed by two goddesses, was going to ruin. The ground had been covered all over with evil forces. I could have put that a bit better, but it's okay. 6 priests launched the kingdom into the air. After a while, the accident was occurred. You heard right, the accident was occurred. 2 goddesses disappeared from Ys, floating in the sky. Vogt, one of priests, not one of the priests, but it says one of priests, decided to send the search party to the Earth. Would be better if it was to send a search party to the Earth. So, as you can tell, there are several what I would call translation and grammatical infelicities. It doesn't mean we don't understand the text, we understand it perfectly. It's just a bit awkward to read. It doesn't flow quite right, it doesn't sound quite right. So why on earth either .emu, Falcom, Limited Run, anybody never had a look at this. Do they not employ copy editors anymore? People who proofread and point out where something needs changing? It's something I did for many years. It was one of my jobs in the past. I think it's a very important job, and if you skimp on that, you can end up potentially with embarrassing situations. However, let's have a look inside the box now. Okay, now this is a surprise. I can see straight away that the switch box is different from the PS4 box. Let's just pull everything out. And it's got a very nice cardboard divider inside. You know I'm keen on those to keep everything safe and in place. So first of all, let's have a look at the poster. I got a poster with the PS4 edition, and we laminated it and it graces one of our walls. So this is one side of the poster. This is what I would call the main side of the poster. And that is actually really nice because it's got the 3 protagonists on it. I can see another East poster being laminated. Of course we have the Switch game. I'll just get the cellophane off. So that's the cartridge. Getting that cellophane off took far too long, far longer than it should. I think it has something to do with the heat treatment they use during sealing it. The cellophane gets literally glued, stuck onto the upper and lower edge side of the case, and it's a nightmare getting it off. Now this is a lovely little steel case. This is the OST with 2 discs, 19 and 18 tracks respectively. That should be a treat for the old ears. And the art book. So let's have a look at that. So this is the contents. Some nicely detailed character illustrations, as you would expect. The character design does show its age a bit. You see it especially in the faces. Here are Rhea and Fina, whom you will also know if you've played Ys 1 and Ys 2, sometimes known as Ys Chronicles. Ys Origin came out originally in 2006, so it is exactly 15 years old. And the English localization for PC in 2012. So as I mentioned earlier, it was not until 2017 that it arrived for consoles. And that is the last page in the book. So overall, a very nicely designed and printed book in a smaller format, but they packed a lot into it. And that's it. That's the Switch Collector's Edition. I would say if you have a chance to pick up a copy, and you are an Ys fan, as I am, it's well worth it, I think. It's very nicely produced. How does it compare to the PS4 edition back in 2017? This PS4 limited edition is far more modest. It contains obviously a copy of the PS4 edition. I believe it has a reversible cover sleeve art. I've never even unwrapped it because I normally play the digital edition. I have shown you the poster for that PS4 edition, which hanging on our wall. And this is the edition of the softcover art book that came with the PS4 limited edition. The images are actually printed pretty well in the softcover edition, while the pages themselves are on the thin side, so you might get a bit of a shadow from the reverse side coming through. Overall, the print quality is good, and the content is exactly the same. As in this, I'm not sure what to call it. It's not a hardback, it's not a complete soft cover. It has thicker cardboard style covers. The page thickness and quality feels a bit different to the PS4 edition soft cover art book. Overall, this one has a slight edge over this soft cover edition. So there you have it, the new Switch edition, collector's edition of Ys Origin, and the slightly older PS4 limited edition. The edition which was published at the same time for the Vita, I believe, would be identical concerning the contents of the box. So what if you haven't played Ys Origin yet and want to know more about the game? Well, I'm not going to do a review because that would be an awful lot of work, and I certainly can't fit that in. There are many channels out there that review JRPGs and do it very well, and in fact a very new review of Ys Origin just popped up yesterday or today, and I had a look at it, and I think it's a good review, which is no surprise because it's from a channel that has been putting out consistently really good quality reviews. So I will mention that review with link in the description below and direct you to Lady Pelvic's YouTube channel. She has her own and very unique style, and I think that's important. You will notice that she mentions she doesn't like Ys 8 very much. I like Ys 8, so do many other people. For many it's their favourite Ys game. This only goes to demonstrate what I say again and again here on this channel. Whatever floats your boat may not work the same way for someone else. It's a very personal response we have to video games, and we need to respect that. However, I'm very happy that she clearly enjoyed Ys Origin and has provided us with a really insightful review. So please do have a look at that if you need some more information about the game before making a decision. So I'll do a quick pan around the table so you can have a final look at everything. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please keep well. I'm Food for Dogs. Bye bye.